All right. So we're going to start here. We just need with this ball here on the outside with KK. And KK is going to make a pass to Nolani. Okay. And your name? Marissa is going to time her run so that she goes on the P of pass. So as soon as KK plays the ball, Marissa is looking to close. All right? Stop. Now, if Nolani can make a pass through the gate in the middle, she gets a point. Okay? And that would be considered a loss for the defender, the closing player. All right? If we get a good closing down and we can't see that pass to the inside, and what's your name? Marissa arcs her run so she takes KK out as well, then where are we going to have to pass? Go to the far side over there. Make that pass across there. Marissa return back to the box in the middle. You would now be, maybe if you get a chance, you might be able to close that down. But it might be Ola. You're now looking to close this pass down as it goes there. So pass to the outside here. All right. And now we're making a contest on this corner. What are the options for Alyssa here? How would she win a point? If she can play it down the left foot of Ola, if he closes too straight, we can get that ball through the middle of the field. Success for Ola would be that if he shapes the defence and the pass then comes to here, what might you do? You might charge out and start to go there. Can we see how this works in just terms of the practice? So, team, let's go. How do you win a point? Get through the middle. All right, off we go. Let's play. So, person next to you, what skills are we observing as an individual? What tactics are we observing as a cognitive part of this? All right. Back to the middle, Ola. Good. All right. Okay. This is going to be tough for you, but can you just sort of come in a bit so we're not really screaming and shouting? Right. Just stay where you are. I'll come to you in a second. Person next to you, what technical point are you observing? Just one or two. What tactical considerations are there in this game? Person next to you, have a conversation now. All right, team, in we come. So, how are we feeling? Feel okay? Yeah? All right. So we understand the exercise. Now, what we're going to do is, the importance of this is that we get some decent quality. This works well if we have a pass on the outside that has got some purpose to it, all right, and accuracy. Then we can start to make a decision on, well, how am I going to close? What does it look like? So just play around with getting it wrong sometimes. So as the closing players, just go straight at them so that they can play that ball. We just show these guys what that might look like. Sometimes it might be if you're closing from here and the ball's coming from there, instead of just arcing your run that way so it goes there, mix it up and arc it that way. Now this player's thinking, I've got a decision. Can I go to the middle or do I need to go back here? All right, so just play around with how you mix that up. All right, sometimes just play around, I might stop you, is that go really early. And then I'll say, oh, hang on. What, and we'll have a conversation with these guys about that. You said you went late one time. What does that look like? Sometimes if we go late, we forget our closing direction and we can get done through the middle. So those are some of the things that could happen. So just play that through, all right? Okay, had some good conversation. Okay, just come this way so I'm not screaming. Can you you're fine, you sit. Come on in. Keep coming. Let's play. So, just practice. I've just asked him to change a few things around as a closing player. How can we manipulate the closers to influence the decision making outside? Keep playing, new ball. Right. I'm going to get you to start to think about what you might do in ways of changing this. How could you change this, manipulate it, ask more questions? But what questions are we asking of the closing player? Somebody talk to me. What decisions are the closing players having to think about? Which way they're what? Yeah, which way they're going to force. Are they going to shape the ball this way or are they going to shape it that way? What are the other decisions for the closing players here? Good. Timing and speed. Okay. So the practice is called the P of pass. We're trying to go straight as that pass is going. What happens if we go too early? What happens if we go too late? Let's have a look. We might see some of that. So Ola there was late. And sometimes, just listen, there's a lot of coaching points here. When we find ourselves out of position or late to the contest, what can be compromised with my skills? What could happen if I'm thinking, oh, I'm late? What might it look like? I could overcommit. Okay, I might think I'm not going to get there, so I'm running really hard, so now I'm not in a good position to defend. Okay, I might be running, I've got to get from here to there. The quickest way to do it is to go straight. If I don't angle my run, I offer both sides. So these are the things you'll be looking out for your players, and these are good coaching points to bring up. All right, how we doing, team? Okay, all right, just coming round, just come a bit closer. We're going to sort of talk to these guys. In you come, everybody, in we come. Nice and close, come on in, don't be afraid. So, just again, with the person next to you, discuss the key tactical point for you in this exercise. So we talked about yesterday trying to bring some decision making into the practice, trying to have an emphasis on some of the technical points, and this bringing into that tactical concept. So decision making, again, we've had some answers. What are some of the decisions we're asking these players to make? And what are some of the things that we see that, yeah, if I was coaching this, we'd need to change that. So just with a person, maybe somebody different, key decision making and key thing about, yeah, if I was to step in right now and talk to any one of these players, I would talk to them about this. What would be your coaching instruction to this group right now? Just have those two conversations. And we come. How are we feeling? Does that feel okay? Understanding it? So, what we want to try and do now, I don't think you can hear what I'm talking to these guys, but what we're trying to do is make decisions for the people on the inside. So, you know, when do I go? How fast do I go? When do I start to close down? What shape do we go? What line am I running? Which is what you're all doing anyway. And then the people on the outside, let's start to think about this idea of getting the ball and passing it really quickly. All right, so we're starting to put even more stress on these people in the middle, okay? Because that's kind of the reality of the game. So when we get the ball, can we get it and go quickly? Or can we go there and then go back this way? So now I'm asking you to see if we can get the ball off our stick quicker, and then also think about, well, can I disguise it? Can I shape to go that way and then go this way quickly? So we're asking even more questions of these people on the middle. If you want to swap the roles around, feel free, all right? Okay? Alrighty, bring it into me, on me. In you come, rail coming in, nice and close. So, again, we've had a few tactical points around the decision making and when I'm closing. So what are some of the big hitting elements for the closing players? What are we thinking about? We've had a few. Timing, speed, angle. What else is there? Kind of about it. Communication, yeah, we're going to add certain elements here which is going to require communication, so good point. Technically, though, this is a lot of the work we were talking about, quite basic, low-level stuff in terms of technical stuff. So there should be a lot of technical points from you guys now, so overwhelm me. Technical points that if you were coaching my job now, what would you be talking to these players about? What are they? Come on. Hips and feet, expand.
If your hip is stagger.
Yeah.
And your hip should not be square on your.
So as the closing player, we shouldn't be square, and we should be, to think about that, Ayla's thinking, well, if I think about my hips and my feet, that at least gets me side on. All right? Other points, come on.
Drop step on the recovery.
Drop step to get back into the middle on recovery. Good. What else?
Being able to change your grip to say you're closing off different things.
Great point. Grip change. You know, if I'm going in here and I'm shaping it, so obviously they're going to go this way, that's fine. If I open it up too much, what's the problem? I can get beaten on the inside, through the middle. Okay? So I might need to play that line of, I want him to go this way, so I'm going to get offset, but I can't go too far because I'll get beaten straight. So that's the first decision. And then if I find myself getting a bit straight, or he maybe moves to here, then I'm going to have to get into that grip change. All right? And we saw a little bit of that on this cone particularly. Other key technical points. Come on, this is the... I've run 3 level 3s this year, and honestly, the same message has been given on all of them. We've got to be starting to coach our players more. They need more technical instruction, is my assessment of a year of level 3s. Key points, technically here, what are they?
Top speed until a certain distance and then a breakdown.
So, yeah, that sort of move quickly, arrive slowly type idea. Chopping and blocking, as we used to call it. Get in there quick, go early, go on the P of pass, and then steady. Put the air brakes on.
And then maybe not show a side until you get there.
Yeah, and then maybe leave it later to show. What did we talk about yesterday about some of the great defenders? There was a trend happening from, a little bit more upright. Okay, so I think there's a balance. We don't want to be too low and down in here because that can sort of cause us some issues. But equally, if we're too upright, we can get beaten through there. So we've got to play that game as well. Other things, what are they? Technical points. Yeah, good. We've had that a little bit. One of the things is if the outside people get points if they can play the ball through the middle. So I'm going to outside people. If you can start to try and play the ball on the middle now, you're going to get 10 points. All right? Because what we spoke about yesterday and where we fall short on this decision making, this shaping, this tactical piece is fine. But if we don't do the initial defending piece well, it's kind of wasted. All right? So my big point on this for all of these closing players would be do not let the ball through your body space. Whatever you need to do to get into the line, get into the shape, wherever it may be, you cannot let that ball come through you. So a measure of success for me as a coach would be assessing that. So let's just have a look at that as a bunch of coaches. 10 points if you get the ball into the middle. All right, off we go. We're going to change it in a moment. Good. All right, good. But just keep looking. I think this is a nice little way of highlighting decisions for your closing players. Look at the decisions they're having to make. What would this look like with your players? So, start to look at the people on the outside now. What are the technical requirements for the passers in this practice? Okay, if we're receiving the ball from right to left, what do I need? If I'm receiving it from left to right, what do I need? Right, you guys here, you're going to watch KK and you're going to look at the receiving skills she needs, whether she's receiving that pass or whether she's receiving this pass. And I want 2 technical points on each way, whether she receives it from there or whether she receives it from there. Make sense? You guys here, you're going to watch Alyssa, just this group, on the receiving part of this. What 2 technical points does she need for receiving that pass? And what 2 does she need for receiving this pass? All right? And I'm going to come to you for answers in a minute. Good, good. Good, KK. What time is it? We know? How long we got? 1:20. Well, that doesn't mean a moment. What's the next?
We don't know.
Okay, all right, okay. All righty. Here we come. Jog it in. Don't be last in. 10 press-ups if you do. All right. So, this group here, you're looking at KK. Some of the technical points for the receiver here on the outside. What were they?
When it's coming from the left, letting it
So, as she's receiving from left to right, what was your key point? Across the body. Good. That's one key point. How might we help that? What could we do to make sure that that does happen? What else might we have to do, KK? If you're receiving the ball from there, what are you thinking about?
letting it come across.
Yeah.
My footwork.
Yeah. So what about your footwork?
Opening up.
Yeah.
Hips. Letting, like instead of having the touch here, just making sure you're not currently the ball.
Yeah.
Let it.
This actually is quite a tough receive. People think this is an easy receive. That one that comes across your body can be quite a tricky one. We think about it as being the most easy one, but you've really got to pay attention to that, okay? You've got to get as much vision as you can. If I'm passing there or passing there, I've got to get that early because I need to actually will need to watch the ball when it's coming in through there, particularly on a field like this. So watching it in, KK said getting the weight, getting the foot across so that I can play that one or I can play that one. You guys were looking at this receive here. Give me a key point about receiving from the other way, from right to left. Which elbow, right?
The left elbow.
Why?
Because you can protect the ball better and keep it in front of you.
What does left elbow, what does it do?
It makes you strong, but also puts
Good, all right. So by doing that, Rail's point was if I'm receiving from here and passing this way, if I receive tucked in with this elbow, I can be in here. If I receive with the left elbow up, it means that it brings the stick head round, and from there I've got good control on the ball. I can receive it deep in the stance away from any pressure, and from there I can get in a good position here, and the next step allows me to make that pass either inside or to go to the outside. All right? And this, again, for those that people are, if you're not sure what to say on some of these things, then just understand some of the real, for you, what are the most fundamental things for receiving a pass from there? What's the most fundamental receiving a pass from here? If I'm closing down there, what do I need to do? If I'm closing down here, what are the key points? Just have 2 or 3 key points for each of these elements and talk to those points. All right?
One too is when you have that hand out, it's the ball, if anything, it's going to go out in front rather than if your toes here, all the time it ends up in your feet. So I think that's another big piece.
Cool. All right. Yeah.
One other thing, because I was watching her.
Yeah, please.
She's really good at getting those bouncy balls.
Yeah.
And for us at the D3 level, we get a lot of kids that want to stop it, pull it.
Yeah.
When she's got that left elbow up, she's rotating and she can pass.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be a pull.
Yeah.
Motion there.
That's a great point, and thank you for bringing it up. And one of the things that David's talking, whether the language, again, nuance on language, he talks about boom, boom. All right, and that's that snap, snap, pass, pass, get it going. So that, get it on your stick, get it off your stick, boom, boom. All right, so if you see boom, boom, I was kind of like, I don't know what that means. But that's what he's talking about. Get it, move it, get it, move it. So that's why we want to try and work this practice a little bit on that as well. So there are a few more sticks there. And we're going to change the emphasis of the practice. We're going to now look at some of the technical stuff and then go back into the bigger field. So in threes, just get you 3 there, get and 2 ball. You need 1 ball between 2 balls in the 3. We'll demonstrate it here. There's a couple of sticks there, and I would encourage you, particularly those people. But no, what's that? I would encourage you to step up and have a go and just experience this. There's no running involved in this. Come on over, guys. But all we're going to do is break down some of the individual closing stuff. So I've got a ball, Alyssa's got a ball, and I've got a ball, you're going to run. Okay? What we're going to try and do is you're just going to come and try and get this ball, and I'm going to try and put it past your left foot. All right? And then when that happens, as soon as I play my ball, you're trying to get your ball on his left foot or past it. All right? So let's play.
As you release it?
Yeah, so can you, yeah, okay, so what we're trying to do here is put some pressure on Ola to work his left foot. So I'm trying to play the ball down there, all right? Yeah, you can actually try and stop my ball as well if you want. Yeah, that's the practice, all right? Good, all right. So you can, in fact, let's make this work a bit easier. I'm not done, but just stand there, just stand over in a triangle, okay? Just over there, that's fine. So I'm going to try and pass to there, you're going to try and protect it. All right, good. Okay, let's play. Come on, play. Good, and again. Good, play. All right, so just set that up in groups of 4, a couple of balls, and just play around with the timing of it. But what we're trying to do is get this idea of how we can best protect our left foot. All right, small area, few groups going. There's a few more sticks here, plenty of balls. Off we go. Let's play. Whose was this? Over there. Good. I really would encourage you to have a go with this. Just play around with it, get a feel for it. Jump on in. Yeah, come on. Come on, Mark Egner, he loves to play. Will, grab a stick. Come and jump in. If you're not playing, look at the key technical points. What do you need here to be successful? Yeah, just trying to beat her down her left foot. If you can beat her down her left foot, you win. All right, play. Good. Give it back. Down her left foot. Yeah, just. Good. All right. Good. Yeah, good. And just play. I just want to get a bit more pressure on that person in there. Good. Well done. Good. All right, swap it in. Swap somebody else in. That's excellent. Swap over. Good. I was just looking at this. It might work better with 5 people. 4 in the box and 1 in the middle. Good. Good take. Well done. Very lucky. Okay, you told it? So now, let's just play that you can play anyway. Just try and beat the defender. You go open stick and you go reverse stick. Just try and beat the person in the middle. Mark, you're under pressure. Here we go, let's play. Good. Good, swap in. If you win it, you can swap in. There we go. If the defender wins it, swap in. All right, good try. Good KK, good recovery. Next one, swap out, swap in. If you lose the ball, you're in the middle. Good. Yeah, you can just play with one, it's fine, yeah. Good. Good. Just pause on the you guys, you're doing a fantastic job. I'm seeing enough here that I could coach this for a good 45 minutes. All right? What are we seeing here? Okay, again, person next to you. What are the key technical points that you're going to take from this and think, this would be my players. What would I need to talk to my coaches about as to how to defend this? Okay? Keep playing, you're doing a good job. I want to come back with some answers. What would I technically be talking to these players in the middle about particularly? Off we go, let's play. Let's go. What are the key skills? Identify the key skills here. Good. Good, great. Excellent. Good, swap it in. Mark, he's going to, there we go, he's going to touch. Swap in, good. Good. All right, you get 10,000 points for that. Short corner, well done. Good. Okay, well done. Players, come on in. Here we come. Team, come down. Come on in, guys. Jarek is coming in the back. Excellent. Well done, Mark. Thank you. Come on in, guys. Nice and close. So, I was sort of a little bit apologetic yesterday about sort of where we started. It was kind of basic stuff, right? 1v1 defense and then 1v2 stuff. But we can see there's enough work here for us to continue to talk about these things. What are some of the observable technical points that you would talk to these players about, particularly focus on the defensive part of this, but we will get to the attacking in a minute. Defensively, key points, what are they? Where's the deficiency? What's working well? Come on.
We spoke about coming just with a stick in the middle more and not
Yep.
throwing this so that you can still maybe right shoulder to right shoulder, but
Yep.
here, so I almost
Yep.
encourage you to think you have both sides.
Yeah, okay, so sort of playing that little game of, yeah, I'm coming here, but I can definitely go to that space there. All right, good point. Sorry, I cut you off. Grip. Come on, you're a great demonstrator. Come and show us here, because no, seriously, guys, listen in, because he's talking. Will spoke about this before. The importance of the ability to go here and grip change, and even Alan was talking there about the initial approach. Talk to us.
Yeah, just that if you start with basic grip, then obviously you cover your right foot a little bit better, but then you potentially have to either get to here, and that might either require a change, or even just holding to get to there. Or if you go with the jab grip, it's probably easier to go to the left foot, but then covering this, that's going to be awkward, so there might be a grip change required to cover your right foot. So I guess the grip might influence which foot you want to cover on the approach to start with. Good,
all right, good. So these are key things. I think left elbow is definitely worth something to keep an eye on here. So I think as Missy and what we've all said is that to get to that protection, this has got to move. All right, other key technical points. Jess, you were saying something. Kelsey was doing that well. She's been well coached. Yeah.
We talked about like not compounding our mistakes. So if you get split, instead of like opening your whole body up,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, just
Yeah.
staying quiet and low and making a little bit.
Great point. Where do you coach?
Washington.
All right, I'm going to keep an eye on this team. All right. Other things. What other technical points have we got here, guys? Because there's a lot to talk about here, and there's some nuance as well. What else for the defenses? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think we can anticipate. Yeah, for sure. And so what cues can we take from the attackers on their receive that influence and inform us as to how we can close? I think that's a great point, and whether it's technical, tactical, because if we put this into a press and we imagine, I don't know, the right winger that suddenly sees the centre back play a slightly bobbly pass to the left half and is a little bit behind her, then that's my cue to jump all over that. If the pass is flat and hard and on the back foot, I'm just going to sit in here a bit because I'm going to be so far off that. Ola was late on a couple of these deliberately, and when you are late, the whole thing changes for you, okay? Because now the distances are different, the way you approach has to be different, and actually it might be the case just to sit here and just, okay, you can have this possession, I'm not going to get done. Does that make sense? Okay, so even in a little setup like this, with starting as we did, bringing back in smaller stuff, so we're looking at some of the technical stuff, and then we've got time to go back out and do it again. We're going to try that now. Any other burning points that we're not talking about here for this part of the exercise? Go on.
If you're farther away, you're gonna end up in like a chasing role. So I think it's like picking and choosing the right times to go, just at least get a touch. But if you kind of sit back and relax, they're gonna be able to go wherever they want. But if you can close that space and put the pressure on, then you can kind of fight on.
Yeah, good. I think that links a bit to Washington's point as well. Yeah. All right. Attacking wise, what are some of the key? What does success look like when we're attacking? Some players doing this really well. What are we seeing here? People are even on the outside in this little exercise here. I saw it. Mark was sort of suffered by it a few times. But what were the attackers doing well on the outside? Quick touch, bang, bang, boom, boom. Yeah. Okay. What I saw, which was excellent, and would be the next stage of this, is that idea of disguise. Okay, shaping there and playing there, looking there and playing there. Okay, and with disguise, we often think it's got to be, I've got to look there and pass there. Honestly, it's not the case. If I'm hitting the ball through Will here, I just need to look at Missy to put him off. And I'm going to look at Missy there, he takes half a step and I can hit it straight. It does, and the ball position is a fraction. It's not like, got to look there and hit there. Okay? And I see that with disguise a lot. We try and do it too big. And I would encourage you, if you are looking to disguise here, just know what it feels like to hit a ball to Will, and then know what it feels like to make an adjustment to hit it at 1 o'clock. Tiny adjustment. And if you get that right, honestly, that's all you need. And then practice what it looked like to hit it at 11 o'clock. And the difference is the ball will either be there for 1 o'clock or it'll be there for 11 o'clock. It's the only difference. The swing is early, so it'll go there. The swing closes a bit later, it'll go there. Geez, we're out of time, I apologise. We're going to move on to the next bit. All right. Thank you very much for your attention. Very good. Appreciate it. Players, thank you. Very good.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I know.